You know, I wish some mental health disorders had a different name. Take depression, for instance. A lot of people misunderstand it. It's not an emotion. Someone who has depression is not necessarily sad. General anxiety disorder is the same. A person who has anxiety may not be a worrywart. Let me try to explain. The video you're watching right now is me trying to do a glue up on a project I'm working on. I'm trying to glue 3 pieces of wood together. You might be watching it thinking, "Oh, how lame is this?" Or, "Hey moron, why don't you just clamp it this way?" Or, well, you can fill in the blanks. I don't blame you. The day I tried to do this, I wasn't drunk. I wasn't even distracted. I was completely off my depression meds. See, a couple of months ago, I needed to switch my depression and anxiety meds, and the new drugs I started on gave me really bad side effects, so I went off of it. Now, I highly recommend that you do not do what I did. But anyways, so for about a month, I've been, well, I call it naked brain. All medication completely absent. I feel completely naked mentally. Very vulnerable. So easily hurt. Naked. I feel like the world can see more of my brain than I really want you to. But there's more to it. Last week even, I said to my husband that I swear when my meds aren't working, my fine motor skills are down the toilet too. Well, yeah, my brain is not working right. And what you're watching on this video is evidence. So uncoordinated. Not thinking things through properly. Not seeing the obvious answer to a problem. The frustration raging in me through this was off the charts, because I couldn't do what I normally can. That's why I wish depression, the mental health disorder, had a different name. See, here's what it might look like. Rage. Frustration, as in off-the-scale frustration. Impatience, like really impatient. Impatient with other people, impatient with themselves. It might look like someone who's normally clever at a task that somehow seems incapable of performing said task, like gluing some wood together. And it might look like sadness, but maybe not. And anxiety? It might look like a feeling antsy or on the edge, jittery, heart palpitations, a feeling like you're going to die any day now. Abnormal fears, not like a typical fear of the dark or fear of heights, but debilitating fears, like a fear of crowds so intense that you can't go to class. It might look like having a sense of urgency about something that really isn't urgent, or an inability to focus on a task, and maybe worry and anxiety. But likely it would be disproportionate worry, like not allowing a 10-year-old to go on a swing at a park in case he falls off. So, back to the gluing and clamping. If your brain is healthy, you're probably amused, laughing at me, mocking me, and that's okay. I know I'm making myself incredibly vulnerable here. But I wanted to show an example of how a simple mental health disorder can affect you. And believe me, there's far worse mental health problems out there. And those of you who are worse off than me, my hat is off to you. I wish you could see me typing this script even. Literally in every sentence, I will mistype a word, miss the delete key to fix it, have to look down at the keyboard to figure out why my pinky finger missed the delete key. I hit the delete key, I delete too much, and then I have to retype more words than when I started to fix the word I originally misspelled. Sound complicated? You have no idea. At least, I hope you have no idea. If what I'm saying in all of this remotely sounds familiar to you, please talk to someone you love, someone you can trust to be kind and tell you the truth about whether or not you might benefit from seeing a doctor about a mental health disorder. And one more thing. And I know the poop might really hit the fan when I say this, but for those of you who are, well, I'll put myself in here. For those of us, and all of you, who are older than 50, those of you who grew up looking down on people with mental health problems, you know, we used to call those people retards. Sorry. Can you please stop looking at mental health problems as a weakness, or stupidity, or failure? When will you realize that those of us who have mental health problems aren't in the state we're in because, well, we had life so easy that when something went wrong, we collapsed and we'd need meds like a crutch? Because that's not what happened. Any more than it was a breakdown of the world, and that's why someone got cancer. We don't want your pity either. Just acceptance. Maybe even love. At very least, respect. I don't think that's too much to ask.